What's up, guys? Spin Firearms here, and when you first get into handguns, or even sometimes you still feel like this today, it is nerve-wracking to carry with a round in the chamber, right? Especially carrying appendix, pointed at your manhood, pointed at your arteries. It's just a little nerve-wracking. You're literally having a firearm that's basically pointed at you all day long, and a round in the chamber just seems crazy, but it is crucial. Trust me, I've seen a lot of tape, a lot of videos of self-defense encounters where someone has to rack that slide. Literally, when they go to rack the slide, they get shot. I've seen it happen multiple times. There's plenty of videos online. Carry with a round in the chamber. Trust me, these firearms tend to be safe. The SIG P320 is a different story. I would just avoid that firearm altogether. I don't like it personally. But when you see stuff like this in front of me, or any firearm I have, I've never had a single issue. Guys, I have made the mistake of dropping firearms before. Trust me. I've dropped a lot of my firearms training. I've ruined tons of Glock sights, the OEM sights. I've scratched a lot of firearms. It just comes with training, and you want something. And when you drop a firearm, it's that little second of, oh my gosh, is something going to go bad? And when it doesn't, you're like, whew, this firearm is safe. It's actually a good feeling in a way to know that it was made properly and that nothing can go wrong. And that's why a lot of people like Glock. Other than reliability and simplicity, it's physically impossible for the round to go off in the chamber. It's just physically impossible. It's just the way the firearm's designed. Even in certain situations with other firearms that are not drop safe, like the Taurus GX4 and stuff like that, they tried to mimic a Glock style internals, but they have other issues. Glocks are been so trusted since the 80s. They're just an awesome firearm. But here are some ways that you can learn to get comfortable carrying with the round in the chamber. One is going to be how I got comfortable. This was one of my first everyday carry options. This is the subcompact XD9 from Springfield Armory. Love this thing. It's heavy, it's a tank, but it handles recoil like nothing else. Very easy to shoot one-handed, very easy to shoot in general. I just absolutely love this thing. But this has a grip safety. So the way that works is, look, even with that trigger pulled down, nothing's going off, right? Or you have that pushed down, nothing's going to go off. You need the two to work together, which is really nice because the odds of something pressing against this and getting that trigger blade safety is just not going to happen. It just isn't. And what's a lot of people like about this is when you're lowering it down into your holster, you can keep your hand right here and just lower it in, and nothing could ever snag this and make it go off. The downside to it is some people claim they sometimes don't get their hand fully on it. It doesn't engage fully, or sometimes it just doesn't work. Therefore, that could cost you your life. But I haven't ran into that, and I've had a lot of XDs and Springfields with the grip safety on it. Not a single issue. So it all depends. And once you get comfortable, I've heard of there's a way to pin it so it's always down. So just something to think about. The next way is carry with the manual safety. Now, this is still fast from the draw, but you always got to remember, and sometimes you might be so amped up and have so much adrenaline that you're going to have to remember to flip it down and get on target, right? Sometimes I buy firearms with manual safeties because they're $50, $75, $100 cheaper. So I just do it and I just don't mess with them. But in cases like this, you just got to practice your draw and getting that off and then going. But you know that nothing's ever going to happen. It's basically locking that firearm up. Although there are some firearms that, regardless of the safety, it's not a striker blocker. So it doesn't block your striker, prevent your striker from going. It's simply just making sure that trigger can't be pulled. But in a lot of systems, without that trigger being pulled, there's going to be no round going off. So manual safety is another way to go. The last way, just to get used to carrying with the round in the chamber, is take your Glock or whatever firearm you have, right? Don't put a round in it. Just rack the slide. Then put your mag in there, right? Because you're not carrying with the round in the chamber anyways. And just having something on you is better than not. But rack the slide. And then every day, take your firearm out to remove your magazine. And you'll see that trigger never goes off. You will notice that it is completely safe. Carry all day long, carry for a week, 2 weeks, a month, and then go test that trigger. Drop your mag, and nothing is going to go off. Nothing's going to happen. It never went off throughout that whole entire time you were carrying it. So that's one way just to mentally get in the mindset of, hey, nothing happened for the last month or two that I've been carrying like that. Chances are it's not going to happen. I can now feel comfortable with my firearm. But Glocks especially, you'll never have a negligent discharge unless you do this right here. Pull that trigger. Anyways, hope that helped you guys. Thanks for watching.